But that is the way to get chibis inside of Ark Survival Ascended, is to go through that exact process. So, yo guys, what is up? It's Teach here, coming at you again with another video over on Ark Survival Ascended, and I'm going to show you in this video how to get a hold of 3 chibis, and it's actually the only way currently that you can get a hold of chibis on Ark Survival Ascended. So I'm going to show you that real quick. It's literally the only way. So if you don't mind, smash that like button, leave a comment below, and then consider subbing to the channel. I'm getting close to 100K, and that's been my dream all along. So anyways, it kind of sucks, honestly, the way you have to get them, because you have to run Tech Cave Alpha in order to actually get the chibis, and you will receive 3 after you actually complete this run. Now, if you've never run this before, I do have a video how you can solo this. It's not super hard. Alpha is much more difficult because you would need essentially perfect loot in order to get through the cave. But this is kind of going to be you can just literally type it in, you'll see mine. It's the only one where you can basically, it's the only way to cheat in. So now you can do it on official servers too. But I'm just going to show you, basically, you just go down this giant death chasm with these over-leveled dinos that are meant to destroy your entire world. And the easiest way is just to avoid them all by using that video that I made that I talked about. So I won't ruin that surprise, but it's really not that hard. You basically just use an Archaeopteryx in order to go down this. And then we go ahead and get into this room over here, and then you're going to basically be through this entire area. Now, the one thing that sucks is you have to do this on Alpha. I'm not a big fan of that, but you know, it is what it is. So we're going to go ahead and just activate the teleporter pad. You will keep in mind that you are going to lose health at an incredibly fast rate. So just be aware of that, because yeah, that's not the greatest thing in the entire world to have to deal with. Losing health at this fast of a rate is bad for your health. Literally. I know, no pun intended. But basically you go through this and you start fighting the actual overseer, and then once you finish that entire thing, you will get your chibis. Now, again, this is not something that is an easy thing to do. This is an end game thing. No matter how you look at it, you've got to beat Dragon on Alpha incredibly hard. Megapithecus and Spider are much easier on Alpha, but you still have to beat both of them on Alpha, and then run this thing on Alpha, which is also not an easy feat, as it turns out. Now I'm going to go ahead and go into this just so I don't freeze to death in GCM mode, just so you can see everything. But if you've never done this, it's still a lot of fun, especially on solo player. If you've got some overpowered dinos, it's doable. But yeah. So there we go. Now this is like the Chamber of Secrets, hallway of whatever you want to call it, right? It's a really cool area. You can spend time going through this. You can get a 4x node in here as well as a 2x, basically guaranteeing that you're going to be a crazy level by the time you leave this. And yeah, it's pretty nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and exit GCM mode so I can actually get the stuff for this. I'm going to go ahead and spawn in my where is it? There's this, and then I want this. There we go. Okay, now we know for sure we're gonna be able to beat it on this guy. But basically you just start the boss arena and then beat all of the bosses and you'll be good to go, and we should be good. There it goes. So it's going to go through 3 stages essentially. It's going to go through its basic stage, and then it's going to freeze itself. You're going to see a dragon, a spider, and a megapithecus, and yeah, kind of terrifying actually. It's unbiteable at some points in time, so you have to wait for it to be able to take damage. And yeah, you can see that I'm already taking an insane amount of damage just by existing in this cave. So I'm actually going to make myself some fur. Let's go ahead and run that command again and get fur armor. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. And I still think it's not warm enough. That's crazy. But, you know, it'll work. So basically you wait for this thing to do its little... Oh man, yeah, we do enough damage. We'll be good. I'm not concerned. And yeah, I know if you don't want... And again, I will kind of show you towards the end, but this is just the process you have to take. Yes, I am cheating this whole thing. But again, this is just to show you the point. It is very doable. It is not something that's impossible to do. And it's actually pretty easy. So once you have a team for it, at least. So he's going to get pissed off. He's going to spawn himself into the dragon over here. Dragon's going to be very difficult to take out. Oh no, dragon of death. Come here, buddy. You're dead. And now he's going to spawn in his next level. Leave me alone. And then I'm going to wait for him to go through this. And he's going to spawn in all his stuff. And we're going to wait for that to happen. So basically you do the dragon, I think then it's spider, then mega, and then you kill his final stage and you've beaten the battle. It's not that difficult. All right, so we're on the last two, just so you can see we killed the spider, and then now we've just got to beat this thing. And I'm just going to go ahead and disable GCM while I do this, because I have no interest in actually not being able to complete this whole thing. That would really suck if I did this whole thing and not complete it because we're in GCM mode. But now we're just waiting on the last literal bite, and then we beat this actual thing. And come on now. There we go. So now we've defeated the Overseer. It's got to level up from the boost that you get for beating him. And then we're going to go ahead and yeah, that's it. That's all you got to do. And it's a pretty cool end screen. If you haven't seen the end screen before, this is exactly what happens. You kind of just sit here, and it's going to basically adjust your character for you. Once it adjusts your character, it resets everything, so you lose everything. So that sucks, but yeah. That's what we're waiting on, and we're just gonna slowly go through this process. And this is like the teleporter thing. You can see it going up, and it's almost ready to teleport us out of here. We are so close. Let me go. If you haven't seen this ending, it's also pretty cool, so you should definitely check it out because it's fun. But I'm not gonna make you watch it, so I'm just as soon as I can click out of it, I will. Yeah, so you basically go to your ending, and you check out all the islands. You can see there's the island. Oh no, I missed my island. And then you go past all the other arcs, and you're like, oh my goodness, there are thousands of arcs. Y'all. Yep, y'all. All of the arcs all over the place. And then we've ascended, so we now know that they exist. This is new. And we go back into our little world that is the red blinking dot. And boop. There we are. Happiness felt like. Spacebar, end. And then basically we're going to go ahead and join back into the game that we just played. And as soon as you join back in, you're going to respawn your character. You will have defeated the alpha boss that's been your goal all along. You say, yes, this is the character I want. I want to download it, and I want to spawn my survivor. And you can spawn it in the bed because it's still technically in the same tribe. And then now that we're spawned back in, whoop, and at any time now, still going to stare at our new arm piece. Cool. And then if you go into your cosmetics, you have 3 random chibis, and that is how you earn them. Again, not an easy process by any means, but is the only way to get chibis inside of Ark Survival Ascended. There is no other way. You can steal them technically from people, but that is the way to get chibis inside of Ark Survival Ascended, is to go through that exact process. So hopefully this video helps you out. And if you don't mind, smash that like button, leave a comment below for the algorithm, and then consider subbing to the channel. But other than that, teach.